What's up, guys? This is Light with the Joy of Miniatures, and today I wanted to make a video talking about the army, my 1,000 point army that I'm building and I'm planning to play with and experiment with. And I just kind of wanted to go through my thought process on why I picked certain mobs, this, that, and the other. Okay, so just for some context, I didn't build this army in like the void. Like I went and got some advice, and I kind of took, several people said several things that overlapped, and I was like, all right. And this army right here that I'm building, I have one objective with it. I'm basically, this is, I know there's probably like a meta for like the best 1,000 point army. That's not this. What this is an army I built. I am building. I'm putting together. That I want to play a lot of games with. And I want to see what mobs do good, what mobs don't do good against certain armies, certain play styles, and just take a little notebook, swear to God, and just write notes down, and then modify as I go. So that is the objective of this army. It's not meant to be best 1,000 point army ever designed. Blah. That's not it. It's an experimental army. I'm gonna see what works, what doesn't work against which races and play styles of those races. Keep track of it and expand my army based on experience, versus just get everything right. Because as you know, the hobby is expensive, so you don't want to just be buying models that you don't end up using. I mean, there are certain models I plan, like I want to get one old One Eye to paint because I think it's a cool model, but I don't actually plan on really using them. There's stuff like that. But for the most part, this 1,000 point army, that's its objective. And I kind of wanted to go through my thought process of how I came up with this particular design. Okay, so you got the points here, right? 1,000 points. I don't have any enchantments taking out. From my understanding of the rules, I don't need to take an enchantment. That's an optional thing. So that's later on. I'll probably take enchantments, but right now I just want to understand the basics, right? Not it's like I view enchantments and stuff like the icing on the cake. You gotta have a good cake first. So with that said, okay, let's just kind of go into it. So you need. I did play back in the day, like 3rd edition. It was 3rd edition when I played, and then I kind of stopped because real life stuff happened. So if I use some terms that seem a little outdated, that's why. So I know you need an HQ or a leader, I think it's called, or a hero. That's what the Parasite of Mortrix is. The reason I went with that particular model is because, from my understanding, the leaders or HQs of the Tyranids they're too expensive. Well, for what you get, for what you're paying and what you get is just not in line. So the cheaper the leader, the better. And the two that seem to be the top ones was Parasite of Mortrix and I think it's a Neo-Titan, a Neo-Tyrant. And I went with this one, okay? Because I just made the math work, okay? That's not to say this would be my forever leader. I do have a Hive Tyrant, but I just wanted one to practice on. I'll probably get a Neo-Titan. I think that's the correct one. I have it written down somewhere. I'll probably have a second HQ and I'll play with that too. But right now I'm using the Parasite of Mortrix, and that's basically why. It's a cheap leader model. Okay. And then I did 3 squads of Hormagaunts. I thought about 2. I thought about just having 2, but I actually had like 65 points left over. So it kind of worked out like a little bit perfectly. But I have 3 squads, right? And I'm just 10, 10, and 10, right? And like I said, maybe these guys are awesome for what... And from my understanding, these guys, the only objective is to tie down other people and objectives, and that's it. They're basically cannon fodder, right? And that they're not... So that's this, right? That's this. Now, everyone says you need at least 1 lictor. I got 3. I'm playing with it. I have all 3 boxes. I've bought them all. So we got 3 lictors, and from my understanding, they're like basically the assassins of the army. They pop in, kill people, cause havoc. It's awesome, right? And then 3 Biovores. I said from my understanding, Biovores are automatics. So we got 3 Biovores. A lot of you guys seem to like the videos I paint of the Biovores. And from my understanding, these guys are cannons of this is basically the cannons of the army. But the big thing is the spore mines that they can shoot around the field that kind of close off ways that the enemy army can travel. So that's kind of my understanding, right? So we got the assassins, which I believe is a deep strike. You deep strike in. And like I said, I don't know the rules that great, guys. I'm just going off. I just asked people, and I took advice, and I took notes, and this is what I came up with. So I'm not saying this is the perfect army. I'm just saying I just did the smart thing. I asked. And from the advice from several people, this was kind of what I developed. I got 2 squads of Zonothropes. Now, from my understanding of the Zonothropes, they can pop tanks. So that's the awesomeness part. So they can pop tanks, which I remember in 3rd edition when I played. Tanks always scared me. I just remember armor vehicles always scared me. It was never troops. It was always armor vehicles. So that's kind of stuck with me. I don't know if that's still the case, but I do remember. Me all my tank poppers would die, and I just felt like the game was over. Right. And then I got. 1 Horpex. I'm probably not saying that right. And what the big thing I was told is that you want to build an army around things with high toughness and high wounds in Tyranids. So I think Horpoxes. I'm probably saying that wrong. Or get as many as you can. I mean, this is only 1,000 points, but if I did a 1250 army, I'd probably add two more Horpoxes into it. But that's kind of like the start of this, right? So we got some tank poppers. I could probably drop 1 squad of Zonothropes, 1 squad of Hormagaunts, get a little bit of a better HQ in the second Horpox. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna play this army though. That might end up happening. I don't know. But we have 1, because I was told this is you should have 1, because they are the big, beefy, run in and kill everything mob. And then I got 2 Pyrovores, which, what was it? Anti-infantry? I think they're really good at anti-infantry. That was what I remember somebody telling me. They're good anti-something. I think it's infantry. But I could be totally wrong. Don't quote me, newbie. And that comes out to exactly 1,000 points. I'll probably be playing, is it Invasion Fleet? I think it's Invasion Fleet, because I was told that was the easiest newbie fleet to play. So that's what I'm going with, guys. That's the army. That's what I pick. And like I said, this isn't going to be the final version of my army. Example. So the first 2 guys I'm going to be playing is one's an Eldar player, one's a Sister of Battles player. Let's just say, everything does okay except the Lictors. The Lictors suck against Eldar. I'm not saying they do, but just follow me. I'll be like, I'll place them with something else. Maybe I'll get that extra Harpex, maybe, stuff like that. Or maybe against the Sisters of Battle, everything's awesome, but the Pyrovores, then I'll get, I'll take these out against Sisters of Battle players, and I'll get something else, right? And I'll build based off experience until... But this is just 1,000-point army I got. Like I said, I'm not saying this is awesome. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's 1,000 points. It's got a little bit of everything, and I feel like it gives me enough where I could play with different stuff and see what works, what doesn't. Maybe it's not. Maybe maybe the Zonothropes are good, but I rarely need. Maybe I don't need 6 in a 1,000-point army. Maybe that's too many. Maybe I take this 100-point out and use it elsewhere. Stuff like that. So that's kind of where I'm at mentally and thinking. Like I said, I'll be playing. I'll be popping things in and putting things out. But this is what I'm gonna go with first. Okay, this is what I'm gonna go with first. Try it out, and then expand. But if you guys got tips, let me know. Like I said, the first 2 players that are I've already talked to them. Once I get this 1,000 points, one's a Sisters of Battle, and one's a Eldar player. Those will probably be the first couple games I play will be against those 2 armies. Like I said, I don't know if this particular army list is great against either one of those, but it's what I came up with. And So that's what I got. I know there's a lot more to the game than just blow up the opponent's army, though that for me is the funnest part. But that's what I got. That's what I got. That's what I'm going to be playing with. That's what I'm going to be trying, experimenting, and we're going to keep growing from there. So anyways, guys, thank you for joining on this video. If you have any comments or suggestions or tactics, let me know, and I will incorporate that into my notes. And as I build this army, you probably will see your suggestion implemented. Maybe not immediately, but your suggestion will eventually make its way into my collection. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will catch you on the next live stream, which I believe I'm planning on doing tonight, just finishing up dinner, and we're going to be painting actually the Parasite of Mortrix. So have a good evening, and I will see you guys on the next video.